The name in the gospel of truth. The name is Yahweh. In Valentinian thought, the concept of the name is deeply intertwined with the identity of the Son, and ultimately, with the divine essence of the Father. The gospel of truth emphasizes this intimate relationship between the Father and the Son, presenting the name as not merely a title or designation, but as the very essence of divine being. This notion of the name can be traced back to early Christian and Jewish Christian speculation, where the name of God, Yahweh, becomes the means by which the invisible God is made known in the world. The Son as the name. In Valentinianism, the act of naming is not a mere linguistic gesture, but a divine act of creation and generation. The Gospel of Truth states, "Now the name of the Father is the Son. He begot him as a son and gave him his name." Gospel of Truth 38, 6-13. This passage reflects a deep theological insight. The Father's act of begetting the Son and the act of naming the Son are not separate, but are one and the same. To name something is to bring it into existence in a particular form. And in the Valentinian system, to name the Son is to generate the Son as a distinct yet integral part of the divine essence. In this way, the Son is not merely the bearer of the name, but he is the name itself, making the invisible Father manifest in a visible, knowable form. This identification of the Son with the name also echoes biblical ideas about the significance of names in the divine realm. In the New Testament, Jesus is said to have received the name of the Father, and this name is described as the highest and most exalted of all names. In Philippians 2:9, Paul writes, "For this reason God raised him to the highest place and gave him the name which is greater than any other name." The name Jesus itself means Yah is my salvation, connecting the Son directly to the name of God, Yahweh. This passage not only affirms Jesus' role as the Savior of humanity, but also aligns him with the divine name, indicating his participation in the fullness of God's essence and purpose. In the Gospel of Truth, Valentinus takes this a step further by asserting that the Son is not simply the recipient of the name, but is actually identified with it. The Son is the name made manifest, the revelation of the Father to creation. As the name of the Father, the Son becomes the visible representation of the invisible God. This intimate connection between the Son and the name is further clarified when Valentinus writes, "The Father bore him unto himself as a name." Gospel of Truth 38:32-34. The Son's identity as the name of the Father is integral to his mission to make the Father known, to bring the invisible Father into the realm of human comprehension. The role of naming in Valentinianism. In Valentinian thought, naming is a deeply ontological act. To name something is to give it existence and identity. The Gospel of Truth reinforces this idea by stating, "For what does not exist has no name." 39:11-12. The very act of naming signifies the coming into being of that which is named. As such, the Son's receipt of the name from the Father signifies his existence as the full manifestation of the Father's being. By giving the Son his name, the Father makes the Son the visible expression of the divine essence, allowing creation to perceive what was once invisible. In the Gospel of Philip, this concept is further explored. Only one name is not uttered in the world, the name that the Father bestowed on the Son. It is above every other. That is the name of the Father. Gospel of Philip 54:5-10. The name of the Father, which is the Son, is described as above all other names, reflecting its supreme and all-encompassing nature. In this way, the Son, who has received the name, becomes the mediator between the Father and creation, revealing the divine in a way that is accessible to humanity. Jesus as Yahweh's manifestation. The significance of the name in Valentinianism reaches its pinnacle in the understanding of Jesus as the embodiment of Yahweh. The name Jesus means Yah is my salvation, directly associating the Son with the divine name, Yahweh. This name is not only a title, but an embodiment of the Father's presence and essence in the world. By receiving the name of the Father, Jesus becomes the means by which the invisible Yahweh is made manifest to creation. In this sense, the Son is not merely a reflection of the Father's will or an agent of divine action, but is, in his very being, the revelation of the Father's nature. In the Gospel of John, Jesus himself speaks of this relationship with the name when he prays to the Father, "I kept them safe by the power of your name, the name you gave me." John 17:12. Here, Jesus acknowledges that the name bestowed upon him is the means by which he protects and reveals the Father's will to humanity. By receiving the divine name, Jesus is able to carry out the Father's purpose on earth and to reveal the nature of God to those who would follow him. Conclusion. In Valentinian thought, the name of the Father is not merely a title or label, but the very essence of the divine being. The Son, by receiving this name, becomes the manifestation of Yahweh in the world, making the invisible Father known to creation. Through the act of naming, the Father's generation of the Son and the bestowal of the name become inseparable. The Son, as the embodiment of the name, reveals the Father's essence and brings salvation to humanity. The name, Yahweh, is not only the key to understanding the relationship between the Father and the Son, but also the means by which the divine is made manifest in creation. In this way, Valentinianism offers a profound theological insight into the nature of God and the significance of the name in the revelation of the divine.